Now, this is, of course, the chat GPT moment, but I will say, from my perspective, this made perfect sense because I had sort of bridged both worlds. And so what does it mean today? It means leveraging technology to enable science to go faster, to make more of an impact. So given that I've spent most of my career in semiconductor, the interesting thing when you kind of dig below Moore's Law, what that really means for everyone in the semiconductor value chain and ecosystem is that everyone operates on a very specific cadence. Is that scientists are trained on, you identify, you create a hypothesis, you design the experiments to test it, and then you verify or you validate or disprove that hypothesis. In the case of AI, we're saying actually the opposite. Collect a lot of data, put it together in a model, and then identify which parameters correlate with that response. The predicted also gave really good recommendations in terms of formulations that were outside of the known space that they would have thought of. And in this case, I think that it was the ratios were adjusted quite significantly, which is why there was this pushback. So from that point on, once they sort of validated, but also were able to run their own experiments simultaneously, I think that was the turning point for that team to adopt. And I think recognizing that scientists will have a bit of apprehension in just taking the output as kind of a given without verifying is something that still, it will always have to be addressed. And that's the right answer. I think for me, if I break down sort of why pilots work, there's a couple of things that are critical. I don't have 2 days. I have to get product out and grow the revenue, for my part of the business. And I think that's where the friction comes. So environment, but also in an autonomous lab. I mean, ultimately, autonomous labs, we want to be able to run 24/7. So we don't want Microsoft updates coming into the lab and basically shutting down. It's not eliminating positions. It's how do we make the people in the roles more impactful? And that's where AI can be really enabling. I am currently fascinated by the concept of building foundation models for chemistry, biology, and physics. I don't know what that means, but I think it's coming, and I'm fascinated in how it will work.